I mean, dude, Tim Thomas is a really good goalie. It was Scott Clemenson in net. Oh, wow.
What? You serious?
Mind blown. We need ideas.
I'm dumb.
Silly hard. We get to the game, please. The Leafs lose 3-1 to the Florida Panthers. Oh, you're still here, Florida Panthers. This is exactly the type of video I don't like doing. So I'm gonna try to make something of it. Because when the Leafs win, hey, they win. Easy video. Happy. Ha. When they lose, well, it depends if there's a compelling story. If they get destroyed, like 7-1, well, then the story's they got destroyed. What if there were really good players involved? Sidney Crosby scored a game winner. Ovechkin had another 6-goal night. Even the Game 7 loss to the Boston Bruins, I go, damn it, that's a really good story, though. Not on the end of the story that I would prefer, but it's a really good story, you have to admit. This was just a lackluster Tuesday night loss to the Florida Panthers. Who gives a crap? Not the lineup that I saw. Leafs did okay on the shots. I think it was 29-23 for the Leafs. Bah. I don't have the chance numbers in front of me, but I thought Florida outchanced the Leafs. Florida missed 2 wide open nets. Wide open. And holy crap is James Reimer alone. Let's talk about James Reimer. Now, in a season where starts have been hard to come by for him, even when he's healthy, this is the second straight start Reimer has got where the Leafs played the night before. And they played like utter dog balls against the St. Louis Blues. And then there was this pond hockey game against the Panthers. I'm going to take a little clip from the Toronto Maple Leafs official YouTube channel. Here's something James Reimer said after the game. First, here's Reimer's reaction to the first question.
Why do you think that the team is struggling mentally right now?
Well, this is going to be good. His first answer was okay, but here's the second one.
Sorry. Is it too simple to say that it's the schedule alone?
There's never an excuse. There's never an excuse. Injuries, tired, it's all BS. Like it doesn't, those are excuses and they're useless. And so, what it comes down to is your will, is your heart, your character. You know what I mean? You know, we should be able to win with half of our guys out.
Yeah. If you want to see the full post-gamer, link down below to the Leafs official YouTube channel. They post all the post-game clips there. Here's the point where I'm at, and you're not going to like it. I kind of hope that was James Reimer's last game as a Toronto Maple Leaf. Yep. Not because I don't like him. How many games this season could you really hang on James Reimer? Or Jonathan Bernier, for that matter. Here's my reason. When the Leafs went out and got Bernier, I didn't like the move. I may end up changing my mind, but right now, I still don't like it. And I don't like the Jonathan Bernier trade, not because of Jonathan Bernier. He's been great. But with a limited amount of resources, Dave Nonis and the rest of the Leafs management went, okay, let's improve the goaltending. Anybody who watched the Leafs last year would have gone, that's an odd move. You could argue that James Reimer was the Leafs MVP, maybe the second guy behind Phil Kessel, and with Ben Scrivens, who was a good backup, the Leafs had the cheapest goaltending tandem in the entire NHL, just over $2.4 million. So they give up Scrivens, Fratton, a second rounder, and they retained salary on both Scrivens and Fratton for $500,000 against the cap in order to acquire Jonathan Bernier. And while Bernier has been very good, I got no complaints about him, there's nothing in the numbers to suggest Jonathan Bernier is better or way better than James Reimer. Even if he is better, for the amount that the Leafs gave up for him, he better be way better. And for people going, oh, the injuries and the Leafs don't have depth at center. That's the point! The argument was never really against Jonathan Bernier. It was you could have spent that elsewhere. Asset management. And the word on Dave Nonis is he likes to take time with his moves, so maybe this is part of some much bigger master plan. I don't see it. But why do I kind of hope this is Reimer's last game with the Leafs? They're putting Bernier in more of a position to succeed. He's getting the first night of back-to-backs. He's getting more starts in general. And that's fine, I guess. They want Bernier to be the guy who rises to the top. They want him to be the number one, and why not? You gave up a lot to get him, and then you re-signed him before he even played a game as a Toronto Maple Leaf. And it's actually going pretty well, considering the last two guys he did that to were Vesa Toskala and Andrew Raycroft. Point being, you made your bed, sleep in it. The Leafs have injuries? Well, this team's worth over $1 billion, so how about you go fix it? Need a center? Well, A, you shouldn't have bought one out, and B, hopefully you can get a center for Reimer, because that's the position the Leafs have put themselves in. And this isn't an anti-Bernier thing. When Wendell Clark was traded away as part of the package that brought Matt Sundin to the Toronto Maple Leafs, people were hostile to Sundin. It ended up being a great move. Maybe this is one such scenario. But right now I'm looking at a team that is almost always outplayed with two goalies that almost always aren't. Part of the solution seems pretty obvious. The intent of the team seems pretty obvious. Do the right thing. Unless by some miracle the Leafs are able to convince Reimer to stay as a backup, it's time. Question of the game, what do you think? Because that's what I think. You know what? I will say a few positive things so that this isn't such a depressing video. Number one, a lot of people got on me for not mentioning that Morgan Rielly scored his first career NHL goal last game. Guess what? Morgan Rielly scored his first career NHL goal last game. And it was a beaut, bud. Number two, Peter Holland. Now I'm watching him and in his own zone, I'm still kind of like, nah. But offensively, dude, Peter Holland's pretty good. And the Leafs only had one goal against the Panthers, but whoa. Dangles, dipsy doodle, excuse me very much, puts a little floater on net, Mayray tips it, gorgeous. Holland has 8 points in 18 games. Not so bad. But here's a stat from Hope Smoke on Twitter, it's pretty nuts. Including the games that he played with the Ducks so far this season, Peter Holland has 8 points in 18 games so far this season. Not bad. Not great, but we can get a little deeper. Holland has only played 10 or more minutes of ice time in a game 12 times this season. And that's where he got all 8 of his points so far. So 8 points in 12 games, pretty good. Then you get a little deeper. 11 of those games where Holland played 10 or more minutes were with the Leafs, and he only had the one goal with Anaheim. Meaning in the 11 games that Peter Holland has played 10 or more minutes with the Toronto Maple Leafs so far this season, he's got 4 goals and 3 assists for 7 points. That's not bad. That's pretty good. So I was criticizing Nona, so I'll go ahead and give him a compliment because Peter Holland's looking like a pretty good pickup. Hope Smoke's stat was a little different. Holland has 7 points in 11 games where he's been played at least 6 minutes. Long story short, freaking play the kid! So 2 bonus questions of the game. Who do you like seeing Holland play with? And 3, Morgan Rielly, staying with the Leafs, not going to the World Juniors. What do you think? So that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Click like, click subscribe, and turn that frown upside down. This damn team.